Hey everybody, and welcome back to the video series where we go from beginner to funded trader by Apex Trader Funding. Just to be clear, I am trading a $50,000 Apex Combine account. That means that this particular account is going through the evaluation process, and we are going through this day by day, trade by trade, and getting this account funded. So we had a pretty fantastic day of trading today. Only, I think, 3 trades today, and quite a fantastic winning trade to finish off the day. So let's get rid of my old mug here and take a look at the account summary. So we are now sitting at $50,629.53. So we are definitely back on the build after taking some pretty significant losses over the course of the last week. So it's nice that we're getting a nice strong day here. Let's look at where are we here? The trade summary for the day. Those are our trades. So one loss off the open, a second loss with half size. I'm kind of testing out this new rule that if I take a loss straight off the rip, I don't get a winning trade off the open, that I reduce my risk by half. I reduce my size by half. So, trying to take some precautions to protect my max loss, because I've been going through it far too often and I want to make those losing days smaller. So that's really the key here. And then finished off the day with a massive winner. So $517.50 for a single trade. And again, after taking the first loss, I went to half size. So this was on a half size. So only 2 contracts, and then got an ad kind of in the middle of it. But we'll go through that trade after we look at the daily chart and the hourly and see where all these setups came from and how we approach the trading day. So let's jump over to the daily chart here. So looking a little messy, but overall, we've got this daily support level that we rejected, and we've come down and tested this gap on the daily. See this big gap here? And since then, we've bounced, we've broken through this downtrend, but then rejected from a previous daily supply. So maybe we should mark this daily supply here. Maybe this is the best way to do it, like that. This daily supply there. You could even do that whole bullish candle, but I think I'm just going to include the upward movement and the wicks. So we've rejected this daily supply here and then sold back off today. Let's jump into the hourly chart, and we will adjust our hourly time frame supply and demand zones, because this chart is getting a little messy, right? Getting a little messy. So let's get rid of this here, because we've since run up and back down through it, so it's not being respected. Get rid of all the trade breakdown boxes from the other day. Again, same thing here. We can get rid of that. This one came into play today, which was interesting, but we'll take a look at that when we get there. Same with these here, they were in play. So, but at the end of the day, we should get rid of these because they have since run up and then, sucked up all that liquidity. So we'll delete those at the end of the trade review here. Let's jump over to the 5-minute where we do our executions. Since I'm no longer trading on the 1-minute anymore, I was just finding a little bit too tempting to take too many trades. So this is a way that I'm finding that I'm less tempted to take too many trades, and it seems to be working again. So, if it's working for you, don't fix it, right? So this is our first trade here. There was a nice delta rotation right in here on the footprint charts. So I entered short, stopped out, 2-point loss or 2.5-point loss on 4 contracts. So $50 out. Again, up into this wick here with a stop over the high. Same situation. Stopped out. And then this is the winning trade here, is all the way to there. So awesome trade today. Absolutely awesome trade. So again, we wicked this high. I waited for a little while. We wicked the high. We were seeing, you know, what I always like to look for is this divergence here on the RSI and this divergence here on the cumulative delta. Perfect setup. That's exactly what I'm looking for. The only thing that we didn't have was a hourly supply zone. I guess we could, you know, argue that this is hourly supply since we saw that wick and all, but that's not how I like to draw my zones. That's too close in. But what we can say is that there was this, you know, 5-minute supply area where we got us where it sold off. We came back to test that area, wicked the high with the divergences here, and then sold off. So let's run through the trade management here on this one. So this was my entry here. After we swept the highs for 2 contracts short, I took one off to the low a day. So that covered, you know, all of my previous losses earlier and then held the rest. Actually, when we came into this area here, I added. This is not a great add, but in hindsight, compared to what was going on down here, it was. We came up, tested the wick here, like right there, and then got short when we rejected. I should have been looking in this area here. That would have been about the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart or the 21 EMA on the 1-minute chart. But we continued to sell off. We came into this demand zone here and also this 408. If we look at chart here, oh, not the daily, but the hourly, you can see that that's this whole zone here. We could potentially say this is all the same stacked demand zone. That we can get rid of because that's nothing. But we came down, tested this area. I did not take anything off here. I should have been taking a partial in that area, but I did not. I need to get into the habit of taking a partial at my targets. This was a mistake. So I should have taken my target there. I could have, you know, set a further stop according to the TPO chart here. Oh, that's not the one. Oh, well, let's not look at that. Oh, we'll get into the TPO next time. On the TPO, the weekly VWAP was right here, right below this area right here. So that was kind of like the 77 or 4407 area was the weekly VWAP from the TPO. We bounced right off that. I should have been taking a partial in here, or I could have closed my entire position there. That would have been just fine. I could have, you know, looked for another trade in this area when we pushed higher or even here. But I held all the way through, ended up coming to break that low, testing the 44. Never saw the break through the 44 that I was comfortable with. I thought we were starting to push higher, so I covered my position there. One into 4,400 and the other one when I looked like that we were pushing out of that zone. So I got out of the trade entirely. But the interesting thing is, from the TPO chart, we also had the weekly POC, which was down here at, I think it was 43.86, and that's exactly where we ended up, was the weekly POC. So we came down, tested the weekly VWAP, and then ended the day at the weekly POC. That's significant. Those are magnet levels that I should be targeting. What happened there? Went all the way to the start. That I should be targeting, right? So I think in terms of my trade management, if I see those levels, or if I have my trade, my open position, and price is coming to an area where there's a significant target, say an hourly demand zone, I need to be taking a partial right here as we come and meet my target. I can hold on to one more because at this point I still had 2 contracts. I can hold one and target this lower area, or have it closed out at end of day at 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's fine. But honestly, sitting on this bounce and not taking anything when it hits my target is a mistake. Regardless, still had a fantastic day. That was an awesome trade. I think that this exit was fine, but it was only fine because I had been sitting here all day watching the trade when I could have taken one off, put in a stop above, towards break even, or even 10 points before my break even, to make sure that I'm not leaving, don't give back too much and take it off the table when it starts to reverse, and then target, the next major area off the TPO. But that's not exactly what I did. Anyways, I think it was a fantastic trade. I read it well. And considering that this was a trade that was on half of my regular size, I'm quite happy with the way that it turned out. So let's pull up the calendar here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red days. And so far today was our best day for the entire month, with a gain of $447.50 before commissions. So pretty happy with that. I'm going to put my mug back up on the screen here, and just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. If you're finding these videos helpful, you can subscribe and like below. I'm happy to share this journey of getting funded by Apex Trader Funding with you. If you're at all curious about any of their funding programs, you can see the link in the discount code below, and you can take a look at any of their programs from $50,000 to $300,000 for their accounts. And there's a discount code there that will get you whatever the best discount is at the moment. Usually it's around like 50 or 80% for the initial purchase, and then for the recurring monthly fees that pay for your data connections and your evaluation process, all that nonsense. But you can read up on that at Apex Trader Funding. And then also, if you're looking for any trading, you can take a look at LPR. That is the kind of Discord group or trading group that I trade with, and they show you how to use Sierra charts, all the different setups, and you can check them out there. Fantastic group. Love sharing my trades with those guys. And yeah, very happy with today. Hopefully we can end the week with another green day and build back towards that $51,000 mark where we were about this time last week. So all in all, great day. Hope you guys are having a good green week, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.